yet again for the second episode of this podcast that I'm doing, Iris of My Eye. Iris of My Eye. I thought there was going to be a tagline there, but there wasn't. How am I? We'll start with that. Or, no, we'll start with the thing that I ended on last time after I played the song of making the Discord server, which I did do. So, check that box off. I don't know if it's ever going to get used, but I made it. The ebb and flow zone. Not a full-blown narcissist, but I named things after myself. Yeah, but I did that. Oh, wait, here, let's do this real quick. Do this. So my average viewership is still 1, at least. This counts, right? Maybe not. It's muted. Cool. Yeah, what are we talking about? Just me and my thoughts and my feelings. Want to get a kind of still fine-tuning with this process of doing this thing. Just like how we're fine-tuning the process of my life in real time. How am I? Kind of tired. I just long week, I guess? Question mark. Did the last 3 days of streaming and practicing, which is exhausting. It's really a weird kind of pain to have in my hands and shoulders of trying to master this instrument, my voice and the guitar. It's I love the pain though. It's totally worth the pleasure. I think it's that's that right there. The uncertainty that the chasing this dream of getting really good at a skill, whatever that skill is for me, writing good music, performing and singing and helping people heal through it or entertaining them, is gonna somehow work out. And I'm gonna make more money than I've ever made in one day or 1 year or just that moment of oh hey, I did it. I've arrived, and I can buy and eat really good food. I want that so bad, and that's why I'm doing this? Question mark. I think that's why I'm doing this, just to have the progression of, oh hey, this had the moment, had the aha moment. I just wonder why I can't be happy or have a difficult time being happy without it. Just, I guess I get disheartened, and that's not pleasant or enjoyable. Yeah, it's not pleasant or enjoyable to express that or say it or feel it. But here I am, living it, trying to make it happen. I'm not ashamed of it anymore. I used to be more ashamed of being as weird as I am. But I'm past that now. I'm in a different phase, different cycle, different instance. That's not right, the word. Season. I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't. The progress. Since this is what this weekly half-hour thing Bob is about, so the progress. Still not in a relationship. That's cool. Loving the freedom. Still don't have an exorbitant amount of money. Not enjoying that, clearly. Yeah, enjoying the creativity. I wrote the book more, but I took wasn't doing it every day a little bit. I took some days off and then did more, and then took some days off and then did more to balance it out. I got totally disheartened, dissuaded within the cycle of like practicing the instrument so much. It was a lot, but I think it'll be worth it. I think it's worth the pain, the pleasure, delaying the gratification. It's the entire experience of having to like accept myself, love myself to the best of my ability. Blah 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 blah. It's like, does this really need to be a half hour long? I don't know. I don't think so. No one's got no questions. I don't know. Maybe. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. Just let's see. What else? I did my laundry, so I want to do that tomorrow. Pretty pumped about that. Gonna take a shower after this because that's something that I've been putting off for long enough. God damn it. Didn't practice before the podcast. I wanted to do it after. I smoked weed like 2 days ago, which I hadn't done in a while. I used to like try harder to remember the times and how many days has it been, dude, but that doesn't really matter in my grand scheme of my life and all of the... Yeah, here's a geometrical way that I look at life sometimes, based on a spirit science video that I saw however long ago. That's like, if you look at it like a DNA molecule almost, that there's like a one little twist, and then like if that one little twist is every breath, right? So there's like a bunch of little twists throughout the day, your breathing cycle, and then it would be the next basic biological thing after breathing. Maybe eating. You just like have a twist that's like overlaid on top of all the breaths. There's just another like twist that happens on a different, either bigger because breathing is super tiny, and then like sleeping, you have like the unconscious to awake thing. But why are we talking about this? Why am I talking about this? So like doing things that like off kilter, unbalance those natural patterns in your life. Sometimes are a good thing, sometimes, but sometimes they're not. And the one night that I like stayed up super late to like 2 or 3 in the morning watching silly videos or reading online comics, I paid for that the next day by being exhausted. And I still did a bunch of shit in that day. Didn't write before work, that being one of the off things, but I just counteracted that with caffeine, because that's a amazing chemical that you can use to be push the tired away. Take the tired and push it somewhere else. Just delay it. But I don't want that to be like a regular occurring thing in my life. And I started going to this like tea ceremony regularly on Saturdays, and I'm kind of enjoying that, which reminds me, I gotta Venmo that dude. I love that guy. He's so soft-spoken, and I hope he considers me a friend. I like that guy. I'd hang out with him at a different time, in a different place, to do tea-related business. I would love that. Let's see. Anything else? Anything more that I want to just like... I feel like that's kind of this process for me. It's just vomiting up every single thing that's on my brain for a week and setting the intention for the next week, which I should probably... definitely didn't do that for the last one, but I'm going to try to do it for this one. I'd set the thing about the Discord server, the intention for the week. Intention. Oh, that's not where I want it to be. Let's see. Anyone who's not watching this on a YouTube video or on RSS, I'm on my phone trying to figure out what this intention for this week should be. What would I like to see in myself a week from now? I don't know. There's like daily. Like I have a thing that I do like every day, pretty much every day. That's like the that I think helps me get closer to where I want to be in the future. So that would be like writing the book. I want to write the book pretty much every day when I get up after the first hour of my life, after I meditate and exercise. Enough, some, but not enough right now. It's like doing maintenance. So those mini cycles, get those all separated or delineated. I don't feel like I have enough time to relax, or I don't allow my time to relax. But it's also hard to relax. My house is like cold. It's like my tiny little room here. That's smallish, small room. Maybe not tiny. Small room is like one of the only rooms that's like actually warm because it has the space heater in it. Step outside that door, right? Oh, wrong. There you go. That door. And it's cold, way colder than it is in here. So yeah, it's tough to relax in your house when it's cold. True story. So yeah, the intention is to continue on the path, keep walking, keep progressing. Don't give up. Don't give up, absolutely. Never ever give up. But yeah, there's a quote actually from this book that I'm reading. Somewhere on here. Probably down farther. No, there it is. It's gonna be one of the hardest decisions you'll have to make in life is choosing whether to walk away or try harder. And that discernment, that ability to know that it's time to give up and move on. That's some wisdom right there. It's an absolution, which is probably not the right way to say that word, but it's like the absolving of the ego, the absolution. No, it's not absolution, absolution. We'll just act like that's a word because I love doing that, making up words. That's a fan favorite of mine. Absolution of the ego, the disillusion of the attachment to the habit or the belief that whatever you're working on is going to give you the thing that you want in the future, the delaying that some gratification to get to the other gratification that you so most desire. That is some shit. That is some real shit. I would love to be able to coach people through that process. The dissolution of an ego to form a different ego. That would be cool. I'd love to get paid to do that. That's part of the sinister shamaning, I believe. Because that's going to be a total, like, once it's slightly built, once there's either a funnel, God forbid, or just a process of, like, having some attention in the social media game on Instagram and TikTok, that people are going to, like, sign up to talk to me for, I don't know, like $50-$60 for an hour of my time. That's like not super duper unreasonable. And that's if I'm living in a place that's like super duper cheap and I'm making that much money and I'm doing like 4 or 5 or 6 of those calls a week, and I'm also like got the book, bringing money in however often they're paying me for the book sales. I'm writing a second book, so then that's like recurring income for forever. And I'm chilling, dude. I sell my car, get rid of all my earthly possessions except for a laptop and a phone, and a backpack full of clothes, and just out to the jungle. Living in, oh dude, this guy at my job, John, the other alien, he keeps putting me onto biohacking stuff that if I had more money, I would definitely invest in, because health being foundational. Repeating myself, I remember saying that in the first one. That like he is planning on trying to move to Costa Rica and like having a farm or like doing something wild and outlandish, and I like, if I can get that set up, the internet income from this and all the sinister shamaning, like, dude, it's over. It's so over. Like, I am there. I am working that farm, like growing incredible food. Yeah, I mean, maybe he'll let me do ayahuasca ceremonies there. I'm not gonna like push that if it's not in the cards, but if it's in the cards, dude, I'm like totally like doing that. Definitely doing that, man. I'm fucking finding the people, getting the chefs together to be like, yo, we're making food. I'm going to one in like 3 weeks. That's like they're making me bring my own food, and I'm like, that's I've never had to do that before. That's a weird one, but I have this weird like deep seated fear that the ayahuasca isn't going to be very strong for some reason. I'm like really concerned about that. So I mean, I guess I'll just drink more, but the time before that, when I was like when I was speaking, but I didn't know that I was speaking. Um, Kind of put me the fear of God in me of like, oh no, I better not do too much because I don't know what I'm gonna say, or the loss of control of my filters might make me say something that like, or might say something that people are gonna like look at me differently or like hate me because I'm saying something that I genuinely believe, whether I actually is true or not. That's the beauty and the ugly truth of beliefs in themselves, is that like you don't have the all the data or the fine things that are just your feelings in a very like visceral form that you're like represent like spiritual building blocks of your like psyche, that you can change them sometimes, or maybe all the time. Maybe they're always like rubbery and gummy and bendable, but as you like get older, you don't have, or the willingness to change those belief blocks in your psyche like just goes away or something. Just that rigidness of your mind as you mature is just, for me it's I think it's gross, super disgusting. Like I would prefer to always be growing and changing and learning, being a lifelong learner of sorts. I think that's like super important to being a robust individual or just a sentient human being. Culturally, I think it's not super duper in certain the lower strata of society, of American society. It's not only it's yeah, it's just not like harped on hard enough, because the banal pleasure of getting drunk and watching the football game, or I don't know what an equivalent thing for women would be like. I don't know, going out and getting the vain thing of like going out and spending money, of like going to the hairdresser and talking shit with the girls. Um, yeah, it's just a higher priority for people, but you go get up to the higher tax brackets and they're not doing the same shit. They don't have the same information, or they have access to more information and more free time. So I'm like trying to in an endeavor to climb the ladder, but not get devoured by the people up there. Um, I could just yeah offer a better opportunity for my children and my children's children through like my willingness to delay my gratification and have high standards and not succumb to social pressures that I don't agree with or that I don't need to adhere by necessarily because I want to be extraordinary instead of just plain Jane humdrum everyday human being. Yeah, there's that rant out of the way. Out of the way. So no, yes. Oh yeah. I don't think this was. Yeah, because this happened on this past Tuesday. So yeah, definitely don't. Haven't said this yet, but found a studio to work with to record my album. I haven't gotten the first 6 or 5 hour, however long we end up sitting down to record. We haven't had that discussion yet, but I found a producer. His name is Focus, which I saved in my phone as Focus Up, which I think is so exactly like what I need. Of just like just focus and like it'll come to fruition. It'll manifest. Like it'll happen. So I'm working with Focus, and he actually like created a beat for me to create a rap song, create a rap a song in which I rap on, which is called Picky Eater. I would like to, before I release the full album, because I still actually have this in my mind to do, is put it out October 1st. Put it out October 1st. So then I can, when I do put it out, I could make a YouTube video of me playing a fingerstyle cover of When September Ends by Green Day, and just like put that out with the album. I put it on Facebook and all the other like, oh dude, it would be the dopest shit of all time. I don't know, it probably, but not really, but would actually be able to record like 2 videos of like the kinds of videos that I've seen on Instagram Reels of like the little like snippet of the songs. The first one would be the title track to the actual album, Cherry Valley, and like record a whole little thing for that, and then put that out on Instagram so that could be there. But then with the YouTube video, I don't know, yeah, I guess for the general population of people that have no idea who the fuck I am, I would do that. Put that on TikTok and Instagram. And then for the people that knew me or already linked with me on Facebook, like I would just do the other lower quality one of like the cover of that song, or maybe just a blurb of it. I don't know. Cause I don't think anyone's gonna watch all the way to the end until I get to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I have an album, check it out. Like that would just be fucking stupid. But yeah, it'd probably just be like just play the opening line to the first 3 notes, and then be like, oh yeah, no, just kidding. I actually have an album of music. If you guys want to check that out, no, I'm not gonna play, but I do actually want to play that song, like do a whole cover of it, and then. Yeah, just have a little snippet of it in the beginning. And be like, I'm just kidding. If you want, I have that too. It's here on the internet somewhere. But just check out the album. It's really all I'm asking. If you want, hopefully one song out of the 12 or 11, however many there are, 13 maybe. Something speaks to your soul someplace. And then I can start working on the second album. Yeah. Already got probably half of a thing, but where's it going? Oh yeah, so Picky Eater, Cherry Valley. I don't know what that is. It's not a mixtape. I don't know which you'd even call it. Like I guess it is a mixtape. I'm just gonna call it a mixtape, even though we don't use tape anymore. But like a mixtape of like 2 or 3 songs, maybe 4. I would want 4 realistically, 4 songs, but just like, oh yeah. So I do Winthrop, Cherry Valley, Picky Eater, and then. I don't know, I'd probably have to like write a 4th one, probably another rap song or something. I don't know what style I'd want it to be. I just want like 4 different like vibes that kind of encapsulate my eclectic musical experience, and put that out as a precursor to when I like finish recording the album, and I'm like, all right, so this is like a thing. Here's a taste, and then in a couple of months it's coming out October 1st. And then I gotta talk to my angel investors about getting a plane ticket to fly back home to take the album cover picture, because I still want to do that and see my homie Adam. Yeah, I definitely want to see my homie Adam and get that picture taken in the place that I want. And then, because it's not gonna be the time of year that I want, I'm probably gonna just like work with a artist and have them like digitize the trees to make them like fall-esque. Fall-y. Meaning because of back where I'm from in upstate New York, in the fall, the cooling of the climate, changing of the weather causes the leaves to like change colors. And I wanted that in the picture, the way that I have it thought up. But if I go fly back home during the summer, that ain't happening. There's no color leaf changes that time of the year, so just like do the digital thing instead, and it'll be a weird thing to just have these trees that look really like blocky and like pixelated, with me in like the outfit that I have in my mind, not digitized at all, on the Cherry Valley sign right there. Or however it's gonna look. Oh, dude, it would be so dope to get it right in the middle of the road. I have no idea if, like, No idea. It's probably like that road's way too. But I don't know where the road is. Maybe it won't be because Cherry Valley doesn't have a lot of people living in it. So maybe I could figure it out. I could just do a real ghetto real quick. Phew. Yeah. So I guess that's in there. Oh, so yeah. So what my intention is going to be for this week? What is my intention going to be for this week? Intention. It feels like it's like lame, but it's like I just want to continue with the progress, kind of. It's just like keep on keeping on. But I feel like that's valid. Like just staying in the like energy of like this is gonna work out, this is gonna happen. I don't have to like stress too hard. Don't just stress too hard. I'm like watching the thing click up. I'm like 5 more minutes. I've already been gabbing it for this long. Why not 5 more minutes? Fuck it. So my intention is to keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. There's that, and then the goal, mini goal. I put mini goal because they're mini. The bigger goals are the one mini goal. Mini goal. Go. Mini goal. Last week it was to do the Discord server, which I did set up. I guess I could keep setting up the Patreon. Oh, I probably should record a TikTok video too tonight. I did usually do that in the mornings, but I haven't done that the last, like, this would be the second day. And God, just the lack of motivation or the getting disheartened and, like, not getting the massive amounts of attention that I think that I'm worth. It's yeah, that's a conundrum in itself. The balancing of, like, the balancing of knowing that I'm worth more than I'm getting right now, but, like, not having the expectation of, like, overnight transformational, like, growth, because nothing, maybe not nothing, but seldomly do things happen like that overnight. Like, there's no, I just think of, like, the Lionel Massey quote that it's like, I was like 19-year overnight success or something. Not quoting verbatim, but that's, like, pretty close to the idea that, like, yeah, it's, or the glacier example of, like, all the shit that's going on underneath it, but it's not, more specifically, it's like the podium glacier example where, like, first, second, third place are all staying on the podium, and then, like, this crowd of people are, like, cheering them on, like, yeah, good job, guys, and then the under the podium is, like, all of these, like, giant lists of things that had to go into helping them build up to the moment where they're standing there getting that adulation and congratulations of the crowd of the people. So that, yeah, balancing those things. So the mini goal to, like, keep progressing, keep the progress alive. What can I do as the mini goal to improve? I don't know. There's got to be something I can do. This last minute and a half of intention setting podcast thing that I'm doing. Is it really the Patreon? I guess. Nothing really else is coming to mind. Hey, I guess it's just like the Patreon and staying on the TikTok stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. Fuck it. Patreon. Patreon. Oh god, that's not how you spell that, but thank you. Patreon and TikTok. Tiki. TikTok. Oh god, I have to sneeze. I'll hold it for a minute, not sneeze. Anything else? Oh yeah, actually, I guess I can end on this. I was at the tea table today, and I met a dude named Seth, a Buddhist Jew by his own description, and he, like, sent an email to a man that he met that is pursuing a similar path of trying to train to become an ayahuasca shaman. So he sent an email of, like, hey man, like, this kid I met today, sitting here next to me right now, wants to do a similar thing that you're doing, so where are you? And here's his email, like, converse maybe, or something, I don't know. I trust that, it's so weird. Sometimes I'll, like, completely trust that things are going to work out in some way, shape, or form, and then other times I'm just like, oh no, it's never going to come to fruition, I'm never going to make the money, And a part of that, I think, is just, like, this victim mentality that I'm still trying to, like, completely let go of, because sympathy is freaking addicting, man. Like, to just know that I can, like, play the victim and get the sympathy versus being competent and confident that the thing will manifest. For some reason in my mind, there's still this, like, hesitancy to do that, or that I'm just going to come off as, like, cocky and arrogant, and that people are going to not like me for that, which people aren't, have whatever reasons. They're like, yeah, so working through my own psychological analysis in real time here, that, like, people are going to not like you for whatever excuse that they have in their mind to not like you until they get to personally know you. So it's like, I shouldn't worry about it. I shouldn't have let that future problem ruin the motivation and the desire to make my dreams become real and be able to tell cool stories. Like, I was freaking watching a random video on YouTube before I started doing this of, like, Theo Von talking to Bobby Lee, and I've seen some things of Bobby Lee that did not paint him in a great light. A couple of those reels, and why was I talking about that? Oh yeah, I had this, like, thought of, like, man, dude, I hope one day I can, like, smoke a joint with Theo Von, and then I was like, maybe into some weird potential, like, offshoot reality of, like, that thing actually happening. And I was just, like, realizing how much of, like, a fanboy I was. And then in it, I was like, after he said yes, in my imagination, I was like, oh man, dude, I'm gonna tell, like, so many people, or, like, whenever the moment comes up, I'm like, oh yeah, I met Theo Von, we smoked a joint together. And I'm just like, damn it, man, like, I gotta stop trying to flex so hard on people. But yeah, and this is Andrew Tate philosophy, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way however you feel about the man. He was like, yeah, like, some rich people, they tell really boring stories and you don't, like, really want to hang out with them, but then, like, the other thing, because it's all about your story and the story you're creating, the story that you want for yourself, and the story you're able to tell other people. And my thing, I want my stories to just have, like, ridiculously real, true experiences that I can then go on and share. Oh, I didn't even check if the audio was on. I mean, I assumed it was because it hasn't, like, been. Oh, right, it is totally on. We're good. That's great, fantastic. I actually have audio. Kind of loud actually, but that's good. All right, just gonna try to just end it here because I did everything that I think I needed to do. I feel like ending it the way I end my stream is kind of lame, like my normal streams, or the music streams, I should say. So how to end this one? I gave myself the goal, set the intention for the week, keep on keeping on. Patreon and TikTok mini goal of, like, finish setting up the Patreon. So if people want to donate or buy or give me the money to support me on my road as I travel, that would be fantastic. And the TikTok is to just keep creating content consistently in that weird short form version that people are unconsciously just fucking pouring into their brain 24/7. I mean, yeah, I guess I can't even talk shit. I do it on YouTube and a little bit on Instagram now, but I have to be a little bit more conscientious about it because of drinking the ayahuasca, because that is part of the dieta. But I think that's what I want to end on, is just being conscientious of the media that we consume because of how it affects our minds and our bodies, and can make us feel incredible if you're watching positive, motivating, loving things, or really, really shitty if we're watching people who are materialistically have all of the crazy things that we're told that we should want, like amazing cars, amazing houses, amazing women, amazing boats, or whatever the fuck. And comparison is the thief of joy, so don't overindulge in mindless consumption of media because it will just program you, and you should be programming yourself, people. Program yourself. Choose what you want to believe your reality to be, and then don't be afraid to actually do the work to make that manifest in your life, because that's what I'm doing. So without a further ado, that's my time that I'm dedicating to this project right now. Iris in My Eye, episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Until next week, namaste. Have a great day. Thanks.